What up, ladies? Back at it with another video. What did I tell you? If you want a guy, you gotta stay away from the clubs. I hope none of you were at the clubs this weekend. You should not be spanking that butt at the clubs. Stay away from that club. Stay away from rap music. Listen to Christian rap, Christian rock, whatever it is. It cannot be Illuminati rap, Eminem, and all that junk. I used to listen to that half of my life, and it's evil. It's bad. I was hard-headed half of my life. But anyways, we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about you. You want a guy, right? Go to a Christian event. Go to one of the churches in San Diego here, wherever it is. I'm here in San Diego, so wherever you are, whatever state you live in, you gotta be part of a church. You don't want to be finding one of those men who's out in the streets sleeping with women. No, because they're sleeping with many women, and you want one guy to your life. And if you have to talk to multiple guys, cool, yes, but you want to be flirting with every single guy. You want to get to know them as friends, and pick the one that you want to go out with, and keep the other guys as friends and let them go slowly. That way you don't have to be hurting everybody's feelings. You only want to stick to that one person. Keep the rest as a friend per se. So when you go out with your friends, or when you go by yourself, or I mean, when you go sign up, get plugged into your church, and you'll find a guy. If they have one of those, I mean, not a lot of those churches have singles nights, to where you can find a man there. And you find a guy, and make sure he's a confident man. He's not a loser. Because a lot of Christians out there are losers. They want to sleep with you. You do not want that. You don't want a hypocritical Christian. You want a guy who reads his Bible. I mean, no man's perfect, but you want a guy who doesn't cuss. And you shouldn't cuss either. If you are, stop cussing. You want to be holy for Jesus. So, I mean, be holy, and don't cuss. Read your Bible. And if you want a guy who's holy, you gotta be the same way. And you don't want a guy who's talking to multiple girls being a player. No, you don't want that. That's the bad. You want a guy who's talking to one girl. If he's talking to multiple women as friends, that's a different story. But I mean, for you, if you want the guy talking to you only, you gotta be the same way and talking to only one guy. But if you want a man, you have to let your guard down. A lot of Christian women have probably dated men in the past who are not Christian. So you got to find a man who's only getting to know you because he wants to marry you, not because he's lonely. If he's lonely, he don't belong with you. If he's lonely, that means he's a new believer. You want a guy who's been a Christian for a while or longer than that. Someone who can lead you, because the man that had that household. You want him to be going to church every Sunday. Now sometimes bringing his Bible, not just on his phone. Hey, I have my phone with me when I read the Bible. Like today, I forgot my Bible, so I read my Bible on my phone. But still, have him bring his Bible, not to be ashamed of the gospel, and make sure he's out there to, spread the gospel when he can. Not 20. I'm not saying I do 24/7, but find a man who is interested in, witnessing the people. Well, because you don't want a lukewarm Christian who just goes to church and then goes back to the clubs. No, you don't want a guy who's in the club at all. You want a good Christian man, confident, wears something nice. It's not too expensive, so nothing bougie. Some nice cologne, nice pants, nice shoes, whatever, and make sure he wears cologne. If he doesn't wear cologne, then I don't know. My opinion, guys who wear cologne are boring. You want a man who wears some nice cologne. I mean, wears something great. I mean, it doesn't have to be too expensive. Just if he's talking to you and not giving you eye contact, he's staring at many women and we're getting to know you. If he got your number and you guys get to know each other, you go to a setting, to a mall, you go to a Starbucks per se. I honestly don't do Starbucks because Starbucks to me are a waste of time. I like to go straight to the point and get to know you, and I like to go movie dates. My first movie date was a movie date, and then we got married 2 years later. But I hold hands the first date. That's what I do. So, even as a Christian. But anyways, if the guy is a worldly guy, I wouldn't allow him to hold your hand if he's not a Christian. Make sure he's a Christian. He likes you. You only. Because when I had my first date with my wife, her and I stayed together, and we became official right away. So if you want a guy to become official with you, make sure he's serious about you. Don't hold his hand if he's not serious about you. If you want to get to know him, get to know you for who you are, your family, and so forth. So go on many dates with him. And if you like him, if you're interested in him, then hold his hand. If you hold his hand if you think he's attractive and he has a good personality. If he doesn't have a good personality, don't let him hold your hand. And yeah, if he likes to, I don't honestly like small talk. Small talk goes after you're in if you're about to go into a relationship. But I mean, if he's into you just for your looks, that's lust. You don't want that. You want him to be into you because he wants to get to know you, and have you become his girlfriend and become his wife within a year or less or longer. So do those things, all right? If you need any questions, let me know. Have a Jesus best night. Until tomorrow. Good night.